The following program is classified G. It's suitable for all ages.
A very good evening and thank you for joining with us on another episode on Business Best, and this is a platform where we showcase the best in the business and we will be introducing to you people who have excelled in their particular field in order to showcase their latest developments in their respective industry. Now today on the show we have a very special guest. He has been with us prior as well. He is the owner of LienKay Coaching and Lien Keerthisinghe. Thank you very much for joining with us on the show, and he is here to share with us another add-on to his firm, and he has actually expanded his business into another segment. So to share his ideas and opinions only, we have got him on the show today as well. Lien, thank you very much for joining us again on Business Best.
Hi Johnney, thank you very much for having me here. It's great to be back.
All right, Lien, just to give our viewers a little bit on what LienKay Coaching is about, like, would you be able to give a little bit of overview?
So basically LienKay Coaching is all about transformational coaching. I focus on helping business owners, professionals, individuals, or even corporate teams to transform, to unleash their true potential and achieve what they think is impossible, to bring out the best in them, because coaching is something that you can help people to achieve what they actually think that is impossible in various ways.
And last time I remember you were doing this business in the midst of the COVID pandemic, and now we're going through an economic crisis also. So how has this time period been going for you?
Well, a lot of people would say, you know, it's the worst time to start a business or worst time to do a business, but I would say otherwise. I think I have had an amazing journey, and I think that is all because I'm putting everything that I've learned through coaching into practice as well. So yes, macroeconomy and the macro factors have been quite challenging, but that itself has given me a lot of opportunity to grow, and I'm sure when things are back in place, I'll be at a place where I wouldn't have been if it wasn't for this crisis.
So you have been growing and adapting per se with all these crises going on, is it?
Absolutely. This time period has been a blessing in disguise, and it has really helped me to push myself and my firm into new heights, and have been actually growing quite a bit.
How were your customer responses like compared to a few months back and today?
Well, I would say the responses have been quite increasing. Because tough times requires you to bring out the best of you to navigate through them, right? So tougher your economy or environment is, people are now thinking, how am I going to find solutions? The real action takers, not the people who choose to be victims, but people who are real action takers are asking questions like, what am I going to do now? How am I going to find solutions? And when you keep on asking these questions, I think coaching is one of those places that they stop to take a look to see whether there's something that can be helpful for them as well.
And which age group do you say has been engaging with you throughout this time?
Well, by and large, my client segment have been mid-30s to mid-50s, sort of.
Mm-hmm. So has it been individuals or corporates as well?
I've had a balance of both, but I would say I have had a large number of individuals. But some of these individuals are owners of businesses who are running their own companies. So once they are exposed to what they can get, then considering how they can adapt the same coaching methodologies to their teams to bring out the best in their business as well.
Lien, and you are an expert, you know, in coaching them personally and in businesses also. So what was the demand these days? What type of coaching have you been doing constantly?
Well, a lot of people are looking for answers, like I said, because the economy, if you take Sri Lanka, for an example, there is a lot of problems and businesses are affected, people's lives have become stagnant, even careers are stagnant. So people are looking for answers. From one end, people are trying to make better decisions and overcome challenges. So at that point, they're sorting for coaching to find the best way or the best guidance to arrive at their decisions and overcome challenges. The other thing is people want to achieve bigger targets, bigger goals, push themselves out of the comfort zone, maybe improve their revenue by 2-3 times or even 10 times, or to start a new venture, or to improve their career, or to fix other problems in their lives. So in these areas, people are now thinking, because I think people are coming to a place where they are saying enough is enough. I need to do something, but I can't do it alone. I just need some guidance. And that's where a coach would come to help you, to take you from point A to point B in the least time possible.
What were some of the challenges you faced so far compared to the previous time you were on the show and to today?
Challenges wise, I would say this is not only for coaching. For any entrepreneur, you have to work twice as hard, or you have to work twice as smart, because what worked for you 6 months back or 1 year back would not work for you right now, because the external conditions have completely changed. The psychology of the consumer psychology has changed. How people are thinking and making decisions have changed, and the problems also have changed. So I have been continuously evolving and growing, looking at new avenues, new methodologies, new initiatives, new markets, new strategies. That's why I said this has been a blessing in disguise, because it has really pushed me out of my comfort zone to grow in the coaching field, and that has done remarkable wonders for me, not only locally, but I've been able to expand internationally as well.
So tell me, Lien, how are you conducting these sessions? Is it still going online?
Yes, by and large, I would say 99% online.
And do you think that this is effective? Are you hoping to have in-person sessions soon? Or?
Well, I personally love to meet people in person, because the energy exchange is very different. But I have been able to bring a lot of breakthroughs to my clients having the sessions online as well. And that allows me to stretch and reach out a larger audience globally as well. So I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. But wherever I can meet my clients physically, especially if they're local, I choose to do that as well.
All right, now coming to the new concept that you have brought up, super coaching. Tell our viewers what it's all about. Right.
So, Shonali, this is a very good concept that suits the current environment and the current conditions of Sri Lanka as well. Super Coach is an initiative where I give an opportunity for people who want to become coaches, or people who are already coaches to take their coaching practice to the next level. So basically, as a coach, I've gone through the mill, I've done a lot of mistakes and learned from them. I've got experience the hard way, and also I've learned a lot of things from some of the best coaches in the industry. So what I'm doing is I'm packaging all my knowledge and selflessly sharing it with other people, giving them an opportunity either to explore their passion of becoming a coach, or if they're already a coach, to take their practice to the next level by, attracting clients and achieving their financial abundance while doing something meaningful and feeling fulfilled at the end of the day as well.
Why did you want to come up with this concept in the first place? Did you see a gap in the market where the coaches are not doing a good job and you wanted to promote and upskill themselves?
So this was an opportunity that just happened, right? So what happened was, in my university, we have a lot of international coaches that is working together as a mastermind, and there was a lot of questions these coaches were having which they could not find answers. So getting a qualification, getting an experience and being coaching ready is one thing, but finding clients, attracting clients, converting them to put the money on the table is bit of a it was a problem for most of them. So they were asking questions, and they noticed that I have been exceptionally doing well in terms of my coaching practice. So few people got together and said, Lien, can we get together and have a huddle, do a Zoom session? Can you teach us? Can you help us? That's how it started. But it kept on growing week after week, and I truly enjoyed sharing my knowledge, sharing my secrets actually, and helping them to grow their business as well. And by now, Super Coach has grown into a community of over 100 international coaches from various parts of the world. And as a step 2, I was thinking, Super Coach does not have to limit to existing coaches to take their practice to the next level. I can actually inspire other people who want to become coaches. Because I remember 4 or 5 years back, I wanted to become a coach. I did not know what to do. I spent about good 3 years doing a lot of trial and error, doing a lot of mistakes, And finally, when I found someone who could guide me only, I became a coach fast. So I wanted to give that opportunity to people and tell them the story that they also can become a coach. You don't have to be a mindset coach or a motivational coach. There are so many different things that you can do. So that's where a super coach comes into play. Either you can, if you have not thought about becoming a coach, you can just experience different sessions that we would be doing to see whether coaching is something that you would like to consider. Or if you have decided that you want to become a coach, this could be a platform on which you can become a coach. Or if you're already a coach, you can actually learn a lot of tools, strategies and best practices and take your coaching practice to the next level.
That's very interesting, Lien, because all the coaches out there, I'm pretty sure, like you did, you started off from scratch and you learned the hard way out of this. But here you're providing the opportunity for them to learn and improve themselves. All right, to continue this discussion, we'll have to go into a short commercial break. You're watching Business Best. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to Business Best, and we are in discussion with Lien Keerthisinghe, the owner of LienKay Coaching, and we were talking about the new concept that he's bringing up, which is super coaching. And Lien, before we went to the break, you told me that this session is available for coaches and the people who are interested in becoming a coach, and also for other individuals also. So why do you promote this to normal individuals? What if they feel that I'm not a coach, like what do I have to share with other people? How do you identify that?
Thank you for that question, Shonali. I think that's a brilliant question, right? I strongly believe that everyone can be a coach. Let me tell you why. A coach is a person who's 1 or 2 steps ahead of another person. So with the experience and the knowledge that you have, you can guide the other person and save time rather than letting them figure it out themselves. A coach is a person who would help you go from point A to point B in the best possible way, shortening your time. A coach does not advise you, but will guide you and help you to think differently, right? Ask questions and help you think differently, so you would get those powerful breakthroughs and realizations. So if you are 1 or 2 steps ahead of someone else in any field, you have the ability to package that knowledge, create something that you can offer, create an irresistible offer, and become a coach, right? And the thing is, everyone has skills. Think of you for an example. You have certain skills, being a presenter, speaking, and a lot of other things, maybe stuff that, like hobbies and all that as well, which are very natural to you. You might not even think of those things as skills because they come so naturally for you. Sometimes you could be having life experiences that you can put it, package it and offer it to someone. Or it could be a skill that you have learned. So everyone has something that they can offer. If I just further explain, let's say someone has quit smoking, done it the hard way. But having done that, that person might be able to put that knowledge together and become a quit smoking coach. A person who has got divorced and navigated through those challenges can become a life after divorce coach. Let's say someone who has survived cancer or a chronic illness, understanding how life is when you are going through a chronic illness and how did you recover from it. You can become a chronic illness recovery coach, right? So when we say coach, we have this few templates that we know, like the life coach, success coach, relationship coach, so on and so forth. But coaching is not restricted only to those. Coaching can be anything. If you know how to peel an apple properly, better than anyone else, you can become a peel and apple coach. That's just an idea for you to understand how versatile coaching can be. So I think everyone has a skill that can be crafted into something very valuable and be given. And it can be not only fulfilling, but it can be quite rewarding as well.
I believe that is also very important to the person who's coaching as well, so that they get to share their stories with other people and have that self-satisfaction, like, okay, what he went through might help the other person as well. So Lien, how was the first session? I believe that recently you had the first session of super coaching, and how did that go?
Yes, so Shanali, Super Coach, the huddles, so I call them the masterminds, have been held bi-weekly with my international coaches for a couple of weeks. But recently I held a public session where I invited a public to come and understand how to unleash the coach within. Right, that was called Unleash Your Inner Coach. There were quite an overwhelming responses in terms of registrations and even participants, and we had an English session as well as a singular session, and there was quite a big response from people about this novel concept. Some of them were coaches who already have qualifications but are trying to launch their career. Some of them were absolutely new, trying to figure out and trying to get a taste of coaching to understand that, hey, I can be a coach as well. And there was quite a bit of interest, and I would say Sri Lanka right now needs something like that. Because a lot of people are struggling with rising expenses, the inflation and all that as well. And some of these people who are struggling has some amazing skills and life experiences that are dormant, that are not being used. So just imagine each one of you who are going through a crisis, if you are having a gift that can add an extra income to you, it could be a side hustle, side income, or it could be a career change as well. And having been there, done that, I know how successful a person can be through coaching, monetary wise as well as opportunity wise, because Sri Lanka is not only your market, you have the entire world to reach out to. And if you have something that is in demand, it could be knowledge, experience, whatever, you know, the sky is the limit.
Definitely. Now, Lien, you've already conducted just one session. Are you hoping to have another session very soon, or?
So, because I want to take this out to the public and inspire as many people as possible to become a coach or to take their coaching to the next level, I'm going to conduct this free webinar, which is called Unleash Your Inner Coach, once a month. So every month there's going to be a session, and I'm going to publicly invite people. It's going to be a free workshop. The purpose of this workshop would be to get people to explore this opportunity and get inspired, and to see whether this is for them. And if they actually want to take it to the next level, I will be free of charge teaching them how to become a coach in that little time, as best as I can be. But if they want to work with me, I have a dedicated platform which is under the brand of Super Coach, where I can help them either on a one-on-one basis or a group coaching basis for them to either become a coach or to take their coaching to the next level.
Lien, also another question I feel that your clients might have, okay, why coaching? Why should they enroll with you? Why do you think that we should have a coaching session? Yes, I am going through problems right now, but how do you think the coaching would help me? What are the advantages you feel that your clients can obtain by joining you or the Super Coach session?
So, why do I need to become a coach? I would answer that with 4 F's. Right? So, number 1 is freedom. When you become a coach, because you are not doing a 9-to-5 job, you have amazing amount of freedom. If you want to go to the gym in the middle of the day, you can do that. If you want to go out shopping with your loved ones, you can do that. If you want to take your kids out for playing, you can do that, because you are the master of your calendar, your schedule. So freedom is one of the biggest things. Number 2 is financial abundance. Like I said, coaching has the ability for you to earn $5,000, $10,000, or even more per month if you play your cards right. So financial abundance is the second one. Number 3 is the fulfillment, or in other words, the satisfaction, because a person who becomes a coach really enjoy transforming lives, teaching others, helping others, and that gives you an immense amount of satisfaction, or in other words, fulfillment. So that's the third F. The fourth F is the friends, and the amount of connections that I've made, the friends that I've made locally and internationally, and the type of relationships that we have is amazing. I know if I go to some countries, there are people to warmly welcome me because they know I've really helped them to transform their lives. So these 4 F's are some of the reasons that why a person would consider becoming a coach. But on the other hand, anyone who is getting coaching to, you know, become the best version of themselves or solve their problems or overcome their challenges, why coaching for you is, you can do it yourself. There's always a hard way and the easy way. I would say getting a coach and working with a coach is the easy way. So what you achieve in 5 years, maybe you'll achieve in 6 months. You save time and money as well.
All right, Lien. Now, measuring your productivity is important when it comes to, you know, coaching per se, because what you're teaching, you need to know whether the people are, you know, gaining from it and whether they're actually achieving their goals. So, would you be able to share a few of your success stories from your clients with our viewers?
Absolutely. Due to client privileges, I might not disclose names. But then again, I would like to start by mentioning one of my clients who have not got a promotion in her job for the last 10 years. By the end of a 12-week working together, she got a promotion and she was thrilled over the moon. And what we did was we tried to understand why she did not get a promotion all this time, what could have been the reasons, and made certain changes. And I always say it's 80% mindset, 20% strategy, right? So we approach these things in the form of mindset adjustments as well as different strategies. Another example would be one of my clients who's a business owner, very dedicated to his business, but he felt he was drowning deep in his business so much, working about 12-15 hours. And one of our main objectives was to strike a good balance between work-life balance. And I think this is one of the most needed things for most of the business owners, right? Because success should not come at the cost of relationships, health, or family. So he managed to work towards coming back into working only 8 hours and having a great family life, revive his relationship with his wife, and you know, strike a work-life balance. I think that is priceless. I've also worked with coaches who managed to take their business to a level of income that they wanted. To starting off with, there was one guy who said, "I want to take my business to $5,000 per month." Right? When he started, he was nowhere there. That is one example. I'm working with a salesperson. When he started, he was not hitting his targets at all. But now he has become one of the best sales members in his team, and he's actually going in for one of the biggest levels in terms of the achievement that he can make, like committing himself. I'm working with an insurance agent. Once again, a similar story. Struggled in terms of performance, now going for the $1 million roundtable level achievement. So building confidence, giving them the mindset, giving them the tools and the strategy, and holding them accountable as a coach, pushing them out of the comfort zone and following up with them until they reach their targets. There are a couple of other entrepreneurs who are working with me, solely converting their business to 2x, 5x, 10x, right? So in times like this, are you going to victimize yourself and say, everything's not going the way I want, I'm going to close down my business? Or are you going to maybe work with a coach, think differently, think creatively, and figure out how you can make the best out of the situation and turn your business into 10 times than what you are doing, right? So there are some amazing stories of some of the clients' successes that I've been having, and that is where that third F of the fulfillment comes into play. More than the money you get as a coach, when you see how these lives are transformed and how amazingly happy these people get by creating that transformation, that satisfaction, you can't put a price tag on that.
That's amazing to hear, Lien. Now, one thing I noticed was in all these stories, I feel like they are in the middle-aged group crowd and they have been engaging with you. But I feel at this moment, there are so many Gen Z crowds or millennials out there who needs help, because they're also frustrated with this economic crisis and they are falling back in their life because all their exams are being postponed and they're having travel issues and so on and so forth, and some are having it difficult to afford their education as well.
Absolutely.
Do you think that, you know, the Gen Z crowd also should be able to come up and find the help that they need?
Absolutely. I think that's a brilliant question, Shanali, and the short answer is absolutely yes. And I think Gen Z crowd really should be looking at it. Now in their case, it would be mostly sometimes their parents making their decisions, because they're still, you know, coming into their adult life and making decisions on their own, and disposable income would be a question. But definitely that crowd needs to look at it, because I'm always saying, I found coaching when I was in my early or mid 30s. Had I found coaching when I was 18, I don't know where I would be. I would be 10 times, you know, way more successful than I am right now. So when I became a coach, actually my intention was also to take coaching to the younger crowd, right? Maybe between 16 to 18 to early 20s. Because if you start helping them understand the core principles of coaching, becoming more motivated, fixing their mindset, starting to understand about themselves better, take better decisions, understand what makes them successful, understand what happiness is, and changing their life little by little. When they're adults, I think as a nation we would be at a different place, because the entire crowd, entire population would be thinking completely differently. And I think as a country we need that. We need an initiative which changes the mindsets of the people at a younger age, so when they become the decision makers of the country, the country itself would prosper at a different level.
All right, I think this is all the time we have, and I hope our viewers watch this program and find out the advantages of this super coaching, and also coaching themselves in succeeding in their life. Lien, thank you again for joining me on this program, and I wish you all the very best with your new initiative.
Thank you very much for having me here, Shonali.
And that was our episode on Business Best. We will be back again next week with a product or service that would interest you. I'm Suzanne Shenali, and just in case you couldn't watch us on air, you can always rewatch by catching us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/AdaDeranaEnglish. Stay safe and have a good night.